Now, this is branded Ozark Trail, and to be honest, I think they're actually the manufacturers, and this isn't something that's being made for them by a company like Black Diamond or another company. But what this is a departure for the kind of stuff that Walmart sells. Now, you can buy headlamps and flashlights and all kinds of camping gear there, but this is a rechargeable headlamp. Now, the last two reviews I brought to you were rechargeable headlamps, and this is no different. The only thing that's different about it is, well, it's coming from Walmart, and the price. I paid $29.99 for this rechargeable headlamp. That is a great savings, if it even works. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down and take a look at it. This is a 300 lumen headlamp, and they're saying that the runtime is 3 hours at 300 lumens. The other two headlamps that I've reviewed, the Petzelactic and the Olight, neither one of those ran for that length of time, and they were putting out about around the same lumens. I believe the Actic the model I had was 350. This is supposed to be 300 for 3 hours, so that's pretty darn good. And it is, as I said, rechargeable, but what is happening is it has a little boot on it, and I'll show you here in a minute when I break down and get it out of the packaging. Alright, well, what we have here is a 300 lumen lamp, a runtime of 3 hours, and they're saying that on the highest setting, which is a 300 lumens, should get about 78 meters. Now, it also has a low of 56 lumens, which you can get for 9 hours 15, 32 meters. It goes down to a high flood, which is 48 lumens, which is 7 hours 30 minutes, 18 meters. Low flood of 10 lumens, 37 hours, 8 meters. And the red light is all of 8 lumens. It'll run for 18 hours, and it will only reach 9 meters. So that's what we've got as far as the run up on the headlamp. Let's get it out. Ready. And it hasn't been taken out of the package. It is not easy to get open, though, I'll say that much. Here's the thing I like about this that other headlamps don't have. Some of them do, some of them don't. Several of the ones I've reviewed, it has 2 switches, flood red and spot. So it's got 2 switches. Now, having 2 switches is a very good thing. It makes it a lot easier to turn it on and to turn it off. I like that. So that's already one in the plus column for this headlamp. Now, it seems to be fairly plasticky on the outside. However, it's got a little bit of a rubber gasket where the switches are at, so that's kind of nice. Obviously, it's got a rubber gasket where the USB cable is going to go. The outside, well, it seems like a solid plastic. Doesn't seem like a cheap plastic like some of the others I've reviewed. Here's the gasket. You can see where the USB goes in. So that's kind of nice to have a little rubber boot. It's a good thing and a bad thing, just as long as you don't tear this up and that rubber boot breaks. That's the only thing where I can see that that can be a problem over time and overuse. So obviously this has a battery already in it. And okay, this is interesting. It's got 4 screws, and I can't make out. Yeah, those look like a weird proprietary, I don't know. That's weird. Basically, I don't think they want you to take this off. So there is that. I mean, it is only a $30 headlamp, so you know, you could probably replace it fairly cheap.
looks like all we have left in here is the headband and the recharger cable, and I'm hoping it's just a regular headband and not one with one that goes over top. Yeah, this part is easier to cut out. Okay. Instruction booklet. Yeah, it's just a regular, traditional headband. I like that. No whistle. It looks like they've added a little piece of foam where the headband is, or where the headlamp is supposed to go on the headband. So that's kind of interesting. And this is just a regular micro USB. So pretty simple, pretty easy, not fancy. And I'll just put this away because I've got the high speed 3.0, so I'll use those to charge this up. And I know that'll charge it up a lot faster than this one was, or this one will, because this is just a standard cable. Let's see what's in these instructions. And they're fairly simple. They just explain it. It's the OT300L rechargeable headlamp. It explains the switch functions, since it's got 2 switches. Important message: information operating your Ozark Trail 300L. Depending on continuous light, intermittent light operations extend the runtime of the battery. LEDs have a lifetime warranty. Do not disassemble the product. Do not change the battery. If the product battery is cracked or damaged, do not short the terminals, crash. Okay, so basically, like I said, if it stops working and it will no longer recharge, they don't want you getting the battery out. So yeah, that's why they use a proprietary set of screws on this. And to be honest, you're paying 29 bucks for it at Walmart, so you know, why even bother? You could buy another one. Let's attach the headband. It's pretty simple. It's getting caught up. There we go. All right. So as you can see, this little pad, I mean, most headlamps don't have that. Not that I'm thinking that you need it, but you know, it's cute, it's interesting. It's their way of saying, oh hey, you know, this won't bang your head around. So, and that way you know where they want it. Now this is a pretty freaking large headband. I'm probably going to have to adjust it quite a bit to get it right, I think.
All right, you can see the headlamp on my head, and to be honest, I'm wearing my hat because it's daytime still, so it fits nice and snug. I had to basically kind of snug it up here. I'll take it off and show you. Yeah, I mean, it'll fit a big head, so if you're a guy with a big head, I have no doubt that this thing will fit. It goes all the way down. Now that was my gig on the last headlamp on the Petzl. It doesn't do that. I like the fact that it does this. So if I'm reading a map at night, I can look right at it. Now obviously I'm wearing a hat, it's daytime. If I was wearing my stocking cap or not wearing a hat at all I had to do was look down to look at a map. This does that, okay? This fills that gap. It goes all the way down. Also, this thing has 2 buttons. That also fills the gap so that you're not mashing down just one button. I like that as well. It's also got a little light meter, it looks. So when I turn the spot on, you can see the light is on. So here we go. And you can see the small LEDs. You can see the light is on. Plug it in. You can plug it into your vehicle, plug it into a battery bank, plug it in anywhere. And it's got that little boot. Cover it up so it's sealed. I really like this. $29.99. It can recharge without pulling any battery out. That's kind of nice. It doesn't have the strap that goes over top because it's not that heavy. It's 300 lumens, which isn't huge, but it's good enough for what you're using it for. So yeah, so far I'm impressed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it back out here to the creek and we'll see what it looks like at night. Now, I recharged it and I think it took just a little bit over an hour to recharge it with the battery bank. And yeah, I can see the creek pretty well. I don't know how well this is coming up on camera. Is it court right on the other side? So yeah, this is a very bright light for what it is. Like I say, it took about an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour with what was charged in this headlamp, and I'm really impressed.